you go through the preface, he started the first shloka, the first sentence. So this is amazing opening of the book. The Krishna conscious movement is conducted under supervision of Śrīla Goswāmī. So we were discussing about it. Now I'll continue reading. This is directly from the book. If you have your own book, you can follow from the book, otherwise the text is there on the screen, as you like. Okay. The Gaudiya Vaishnavas or Bengali Vaishnavas are mostly followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of whom the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan are direct disciples. Okay. So these followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 6 Goswamis are most prominent, and they are direct disciples. Therefore, Sri Narottama Das Thakur has sung Rupa Raghunatha Pade 𝐈𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐞 𝐍𝐞𝐜 When I'm eager to understand literatures given by the Goswamis, then I shall be able to understand the transcendent loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. Now this is the introduction to the book of Goswamis. Why we have to study Upadesa-prakasika? Here. When I'm eager to understand literature by Goswamis, then I shall be able to understand transcendent loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. So that eternal, the associates of Krishna, the direct disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they can reveal Radha Krishna to us. Srila Prabhupada says, you cannot understand Krishna in this age of Kali without going to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, this you may say that this is an extreme statement. What about other sampradayas? Yes, other sampradayas, they can understand Krishna also without going to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But they will not understand Krishna of Vrindavan. They can understand Krishna of Vaikuntha, Narayana. They can understand Nrsimhadev. They can maybe understand something about Lord Ram. But they will not be able to understand Krishna of Vrindavan without Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Because he revealed this in our rasa's dealings between Radha Krishna and the gopis. He only revealed it. So there is no way to understand Krishna as he is without going to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sometimes these statements of Prabhupada that you cannot understand Krishna without going to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our devotees take, literally that, Sri Vaishnavas they cannot understand, Madhvas they cannot understand, Nimbarkas they cannot understand, Vallabhas they cannot understand. But that's not the point. That's not the point. They can understand Krishna in their level. But we know the ultimate Krishna is Krishna, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachitananda Vigraha, Anadiradi Govinda, Sarva Karana Karana. Śrīla Goswāmī gives commentary on this shloka. This Dāsa commentary, he gives commentary that Ishvara is Supreme Controller, Parama Krishna. That is Krishna. Now, but Krishna refers to Krishna in Dwaraka also, where he shows 4-hand form, Vasudeva Krishna. That's also Krishna. So to make very clear, and Śrīla Goswāmī says, who is the supreme Adipurusha? Who is the original form? Who is the Swayamrupa? Brahma explains in 3rd line, Ishvara Paramakrishna, Sachitananda Vigraha, Anadiradi Govinda. That Govinda, that form with the flute of Vrindavan, that is supreme. Sarva Karana Karana. And from this form, all other forms are coming. This is how he explains. So this is true statement that you cannot understand Krishna as he is. If you understand Krishna in his innermost rasas of Anuprajvala rasa, then you can understand Dasya rasa also. Then what is the difficulty? No, because all other rasas are included in the Madhurya rasa, Ujjvala rasa. Madhurya is also Dasya. That's also service, but is loving action service. Correct? This is not Dasya. This is Madhurya. But it's service. They are all servants of God. Everyone is servant of Krishna. So here, Narottama Das Thakur says, when I am eager to understand literature given by Goswamis, then I shall be able to understand transcendent loving affairs of Radha Krishna. So this is Upadesa, the guidance how to come to Radha and Krishna. Here, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in order to bestow upon human society the benediction of the science of Krishna. Okay, what is the science of Krishna? Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. That is science of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that all Vedic literature is divided in three divisions. Sambandha, our constitution relation to Krishna. Abhideya, the process, how to act in that relation. And Prayojana, the goal of that relation, which is love of God. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to establish this. That how to serve Krishna? By chanting the holy name, surrender to Krishna and develop love for Krishna. Now Prabhupada continues. The most exalted of all these activities of Lord Krishna are his pastimes of conjugal love with the gopis. This is the highest. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in order to bestow upon human society science of Krishna. The highest science of Krishna is these conjugal dealings with the gopis. This is what he said, right in the preface, Prabhupada. No? Clearly, it's a very clear message what we are discussing. No? The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in the mood of Srimati Radharani, the best of the gopis. Therefore, to understand the mission Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and follow in his footsteps, one must be very seriously following the footsteps of 6 Goswāmis, Rupa, Sanatana, Bhatta Raghunatha, Sri Jiva, Gopala Bhatta, and Dāsa Raghunatha. Okay. So this is the point, that by becoming eager to understand literature given by Goswāmis and following them, one will understand mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and emotions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and what is his dealings. For example, our Rathayatra festival. This is the most amazing pastimes, most exalted pastime Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performing Puri. In Chaitanya Charitamrita described. These are the loving exchanges between Radha and Krishna. Why ISKCON is pushing Rathayatra everywhere? Not just Rathayatra is public function and everybody loves it and it's colorful, beautiful festival. That is all external, yes. That's true. We attract people, we spread Sankirtan, people get punya, Lord Jalana going to the street. But actually this is most important pastimes because here is Radharani and the gopis calling Krishna back to Vrindavan. It's a love of separation. After long separation they met. They are pulling Krishna to Vrindavan. This is what it is. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed in the mood of Radharani. Who could understand? Rupa Goswami, Swarup Damodar, Lord Nityananda. You could see. And His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Maharaj is writing commentary on Chaitanya Charitamrita. You just read a little bit, few notes from that. He's amazing actually how he comments on this Rathayatra. Of course, I can't speak too much about it, but he explains. You can see when Lord Chaitanya is in Radharani Lila, all his associates they could go on into gopi moods also. Who is Swarup Damodar, one of the gopis. So how he speaks, how he deals. Who is Rupa Goswami, Manjari, he will not speak in front of gopi. He explains all these things in commentary. Very amazing dealings. Very exalted. For us, this is the top Rathayatra. This is the topmost pastime. So this is Gaudiya Vaishnava treasure. This is all explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Antya Lila, you read. This is amazing. Where you find this level of love of God displayed, described, it's extraordinary. No? So how to come there? By following literature of Goswāmis, by following their footsteps, their instructions, which is Upadesa-prakasika, which is Bhaktivedanta. Then we have to actually purify ourselves, qualify ourselves, surrender ourselves. Then we can understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is his mission? What is his teaching? Why he acted like this? What are all these leelas he performed? And then, by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one can understand Radha Krishna. Can we stop this stone grinding for a second, please? Please. Okay. So here, Srila Prabhupada continues. Srila Rupa Goswami was leader of all Goswamis and the guide. And to guide our activities, he gave us Upadesa-prakasika, the nectar of instruction to follow. Okay. Now Srila Prabhupada said directly, Rupa Goswami wrote Upadesa-prakasika for us that we follow. Look, so leader of Goswamis, to guide our activities, he has given us this Upadesa-prakasika. Of course, for all, whoever wants to, progress in bhakti. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left behind him the 8 verses known as Shikshashtaka, Rupa Goswami gave us Upadesa-prakasika that we may become pure Vaishnavas. So this is the purpose of the book. Why? To make us pure Vaishnavas. This Upadesa-prakasika, 11 shlokas he wrote, clarifying full process from neophyte to the pure devotee. Just like that, 11 shlokas, tak, 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 done, everything is explained. One single book, Upadesa. Guru Maharaj said that when people would join Gaudiya Math, this is one of the first books given to them to read. Upadesa. First you read this is the first book. Then which other book? And? Which? Dasamula Tattva of Bhaktivinoda, Ṭhākura. That Dasamula Tattva, that was the first book. Dasamula Tattva means 10 points of our Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, based on the Siddharthas of Jiva Goswami and the Upadesa-prakasika. This is what you have to do. So this is amazing. Okay. Then Prabhupada explains in brief a subject of the book, briefed. Little bit what is in the book. Okay. First point he explained, mind and sense control. In all spiritual affairs, one's first duty is to control his mind and senses. Now, so you will see after when you open the book, the first shloka is Vācavegam, Manasaprodavegam. Unless one controls his mind and senses, one cannot make any advancement in spiritual life. Okay? You hear that one? Shall I a little bit highlight it? Make it also bold. Unless one controls his mind and senses, one cannot make any advancement in spiritual life. Now that we'll discuss next few days about this one. But this is his book describes. Everyone within this material world is engrossed in the modes of passion and ignorance. One must promote himself to the platform of goodness, sattva gun, by following instructions of Rupa Goswami. And then everything concerning how to make further progress will be revealed. Yeah? So here, first instruction in the book is to control mind and senses. Because mind and senses, uncontrolled mind and senses will pull us in lower modes, tamagun and rajagun. In tamagun and rajagun, we cannot even theoretically understand the science of God. Sattvam sanjayate jnanam. From sattva-gun, knowledge is born. Means, in sattva-gun you can cool-head think and understand, oh, Krishna is supreme. I have to surrender to Him. This is material world. These are the modes. These are material desires. These are the senses. These are objects of the senses. Just going to disturb me. I'm not going to get satisfied. I'm not going to fulfill material desires. By satisfying senses, one will not be happy. By adyantavanta kaunteya nate shura mate buddhaha. The foolish person will go for sense pleasure because it has beginning and end. It's material. It's not meant for us. So you see, all these things, one must learn, learn and practice. And when we practice, sattva-gun is something to practice. We clean, we push. It's not so bad my room, but still the rule is clean the floor, wash the clothes, after taking bath, fresh clothes, rise early in the morning, eat sattvic food. All these things help us to subdue the lower modes. You cannot. You cannot sleep till 10 o'clock and then you wake up. Radhe. Radha-ramaṇa is or somewhere else. You are sleeping. You didn't see any lila. That doesn't work like this. It's not so cheap. There's no question of any advancement without controlling the senses and the mind. It's not possible. This is illusion. This is, simply cheating. Cheating who? Ourselves. No one else is cheating. Ourselves are cheating. So one must promote oneself to platform of goodness. Goodness, see the qualities of goodness. How do you know person is in goodness? Srila Prabhupada said, how do you know person is in goodness? Bhagavad Gita. The food that you eat, we know. No? Meat, tamarin. What Prabhupada says, too much chili, too much tamarind, you will see in the purpose of Upadesa-prakasika. South Indian, too spicy. You can see, even Indian devotees who join after sometimes they don't like too hot. Correct? Once we had a new cook, he made hot khichdi. Everybody complained. I said, why did you make hot? Only 40 chilies I put. Only 40 children, enough to kill the elephant. So you can see that those who are longer in the ashram, they are not super thrilled by that. They must be hot. You know, how is it? Our agenda there, you take Puliyodara and say, how it is? It's not there. It means less chilly. You know, it's nice, but the boost must be there. But devotees prefer little sattvic, you know, not that after burning inside, burning outside. I don't want to describe the details. So, it's all practice, it's practice. We change, remember. I know one here, I'll not mention name, but there is one lover of onion dosas here sitting with us. He said just couldn't resist whenever the smell will come, it will drag him like hypnotized, he will go and just 1, 2, 3, whatever, you know. Now, I say now, Prabhu, come on. Lost days, you know. So this is the symptom, it's a practice. Our lifestyle set by Śrīla Prabhupada is constantness, living in ashram, based on the books of Rupa Goswāmī, Nectar of Devotion, Upadesa-prakasika, is life meant for brahmanas. Rise early in the morning, muhurta, take bath, chant, from beginning, filled with Krishna conscious thought, offer pranam to Guru, offer pranam to deity, offer pranam to Krishna, chant the Krishna's name. Immediately, early from the morning, stuff mind with spiritual activity. You know? It's so good, you know. We wake up 4 o'clock latest. Say latest 4 o'clock. 3:30, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock till 9 o'clock. So many things happen. We take bath, fresh clothes, we chant the dance in kirtan, we chant some shlokas, we chant japamala, we have Guru Puja, we offer pranam, we dance in the kirtan again, we have Bhagavatam class, we take prasadam, we go out and meet people, knock on the door. Oh, 10 o'clock. Why you are waking us up early in the morning? I live life 6 hours already, you know. 6 hours, I'm living life 6 hours already. So many things happen in my life already. And you are tamagun, you know, just coming from some, you know, I will not describe. This is Indian public, I should not speak. I have to be polite. Tamas, this tamagun, no? And now you're telling Krishna is supreme as well. Right? Krishna is supreme, alright? But not for me. I have to go, I have to eat. You understand? He can't get it. He will not be interested. He will not be interested to read, to chant, to come to temple. He's just thinking lower modes. What is lower mode? Anamaya comes. Manumaya comes. Pranamaya comes. This is only what he can think. How to eat, how to get money, how to enjoy yourself. You cannot unless you come out from the lower modes. And we have Brahminical life. What is that? Study Shastra. Go and preach. Serve the deities. Cook for the deities. This is all Brahmins' activities. These are all Brahminical activities. This is the field for Brahmanas. This is set up to make you sattvic. It's set up like this. 2 times a day, minimum bath, 2 times a day. Is anybody not taking 2 times bath? 3 times also, many people, many devotees. 2 times minimum, no? Who is taking 2 times bath? Still in India is good. In the West, this is called once a week program. Huh? What? Put the spray and it covers up. Huh? Once a week. Yeah. We were joking in the school. Every month you see everybody's hair is like this because they wash Sunday. The ladies, they have the hair like this. Then slowly estamos accumulando by the end of the week. You know? So every Monday you can see. India is different. India is even the simple people, poor people or people living on the street. You can see every morning everybody takes bath. Everybody takes bath. Everybody puts clean clothes. Everybody washes clothes. Whatever, at least in water. Clean clothes is washed. It's amazing. It's amazing. We were sitting in Mathura Junction and train was as expectedly late for 2 hours. And there was the first cooler, that was 94. First cooler installed Mathura station. You know, cold water, cooler. And there was a chain and one metal glass was tied for the chain. There was a queue. There was a queue, people waiting to drink cold water, inauguration. We were sitting there watching. For next 2 hours we were sitting there. 2 hours, hundreds of people drank the water. Nobody touched the lips glass. All village people, everybody, everybody drank from the air. Nobody contaminated the glass. 94 in it. It was there. Just when was that? 20, 30 years ago. 25 years ago, no? 25 years ago. Nobody, simple people, village people, whoever was there. Now, first officers, they inaugurated, no? First, I don't know who was there, must be some minister, somebody. They drank. Okay, then second. Then the small kids, children, Drunk, nobody touched the glass. This is India. This is Vedic culture. These are remnants of Vedic culture. Simply it was there. Nobody would contaminate jar with pickle. Nobody could touch the pickle. Nobody put pickle and then put back in the pickle spoon. Nobody would do that. Correct? No way. Nowadays it's a different story. We had a boy joined from Gujarat, and we were in Gandhi Road. We were taking bath from the buckets. So he came to fill up his bucket, took his toothbrush, and then make it wet in the bucket, and then start brushing. The toothbrush is stuffed in the pure bucket water. I will not mention the name because he's sitting here. But now he's not doing anymore. Why are you laughing? Correct? But it was like this. Then I thought, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, more you go to the west, more the Vedic culture is degraded. It's for Gujarat. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is right. So, this is what we did. We're shocked. Hey, you are Westerner, you are foreigner. Who is foreigner here, I ask him. You are foreigner, I am foreigner. How you, put in tooth? No, make it wet a little bit, otherwise dry probably. I said, through water, wash the bucket and cover down, fill up, take that. But he never forgot it, he follows and teaches his kids like this. So you see, this is how it was there, culture was there. We have to come to the Sattva. Okay, let's follow up the purpose. One must promote himself to platform goodness by following instructions of Rupa Goswami, and then everything concerning how to make further progress will be revealed. Watch out, you have to come to Sattva. Then slowly we can pick up other things. There is a purport, Bhagavad Gita. What is that? 2:14. Matra spashas tukontaya Shri Krishna sukhadukkada agama paino nitya stans tiksha svara. There in purport. Of course, shloka is explained. You should tolerate the agitation of the senses, and as the seasons are passing, you should tolerate it. Right. Now, purport is that. If you see the purport, very interesting. At the end of the purport, Prabhupada writes, by following 4 regulative principles, no meditating, no gambling, no illicit, no intoxication, we arise on the platform of knowledge. Okay, we are not sinful. Look, no meditating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. Means you are not sinful anymore. Once you are not sinful, you are not sinner. Your mind is not polluted. Okay? You come to the platform of knowledge. You are coming promoted to the Sattva. You come to the platform of knowledge. With knowledge and devotion, one day can come and understand Krishna. You see that? Why we follow regulatory principles? To come to the platform of knowledge. You see that? So this is then things are revealing to us. Then it will be shown the path. Dadami buddhi yogam Dadami. I'll give you, Krishna says, buddhi yoga. I'll give you intelligence. Yenamam upayantite, how to come to me. Okay. So once one is able to control the senses, one becomes Goswāmī, the master of the Go. Go means the senses. The master of Swami or Goswāmī means the master of the senses. One who can control the mind. So this is the definition of Goswāmī now Prabhupada explains. Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. Now this is another amazing statement of Prabhupada, no? That advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. What is that? This is what we very much emphasize in ashram for brahmacharis. Brahmacharya means the first thing is shape your attitude in the ashram. Once you join ashram, attitude is shaped. What is the attitude? Do the needful. Do everything to serve God. Do everything to surrender. Never say no for service. That is the principle. Attitude is to please Krishna. Now if somebody, we put him in the kitchen, and he is new person, and he is enthusiastic, but in the Rajagun and Tamagun bewilders him, he burns the rice. Okay? No? Because of his attitude problem, and because of enthusiasm, nobody will say a word. Say, fine, okay, burn the rice, doesn't matter. Correct? Now you will be expert cook. You will be professional cook or something. You come and you cook nice and perfectly rice, spotless, everything, nothing is sticking, everything is separate. But the attitude is, I have to cook. I like to do something, but they want me to do it. Okay, I will cook. But I don't want to. But anyway, I will cook. Okay, if you are pushing, I will cook. This attitude is not for Krishna's pleasure. You may cook it proper, but Krishna took that burnt rice from that sincere devotee because he had proper attitude, proper endeavor. More nectarly he would take that as a nectar compared to your lack of enthusiasm, lack of surrender, lack of attitude, the wrong attitude. This is very much life in ashram. First thing shapes your attitude. And if you hold to your own plans, to your own desires, if you are motivated with something else that's serving Krishna ashram, you people go away. They won't stay. They won't stay. The man was here. He joined ashram. I want to surrender. I want to give all my life to Prabhupada and Krishna. Great. So we give him 1 month to wash pots. Bathroom, toilets, pot washing, like that. So after 1 month he wrote a letter to his friend. This is, what they call it, labor camp. His concern is labor camp. I'm doctor. I'm such a background I have, and I am also good degree, And what they did with me, instead of putting me in front to spread the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the doctor, I'm washing pots. You are washing your heart, you are cleaning your ego, you are cleaning your misconception. If you cannot wash 2 pots for Krishna, how you are going to give up material world? 2 pots you are not ready to wash for Krishna. How you will give up everything else? Every other attachment, which are more difficult. How you are going to give up sex? How you are going to give up attachment to money? How you are going to give up attachment to name, fame and position? 2 pots you cannot wash for Krishna. What you will do for Krishna? Nothing you will do for Krishna. No? But the letter he wrote, labor camp. This ashram is barbed wire fenced, and they put nighttime current, and anybody won't jump, they kill him, and Gokul is Hitler, who is temple president Hitler. I got this from Russian devotees. Glorification, was it? Just push. I heard it spontaneously. Anyway, so the attitude is shaped. It's like this. You have to get it right. Why we are here? To serve Krishna. Then if you're not serving, then what is the point? If you're not chanting, if you are living in ashram, you don't come for darshan. In ashram he is living, he doesn't see all day deities. Then why did you join the ashram? Just go sleep home. I'm sure this Tamagun is more comfortable for sleeping than our ashram, No way, There's no way here to sleep. How can you sleep? And 50 people will wake up 4 o'clock in the morning. What you're going to sleep? You cannot. There is a social pressure. And that was Vedic system. So therefore this ashram is meant to shape this attitude. The attitude is important. For advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on attitude of follower. Not what I want to do for Krishna. That is not Bhakti Yoga. That is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means what I want to do for Krishna. When I want to do for Krishna. How much I want to do for Krishna. I desire something, I'll do this for Krishna. This is Karma Yoga. See the purport 10.8 of Bhagavad Gita. There is definition what is Karma Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means you accept the order of Guru and Krishna and act upon it. This is Bhakti Yoga. Karma Yoga means what I want to do for Krishna. Bhakti yoga means what Guru says, I do for Krishna. And this is brahmachari's life. And this is grihastha's life also. But there is allowance. Okay, you manage within the house, you manage, but nobody will interfere in that one. But the order of Guru is same. Prabhupada was grihastha. Bhaktisiddhānta said, spread it all over the world. Correct? He told him when he was grihastha. He didn't tell him, okay, first you take sannyas, then I will instruct you. No, immediately, first time saying, oh, you know English, spread it to the Western world. Prabhupada, took it to the heart. Meditate, contemplate, prepare, slowly, boom, lunch it. He did it. He never given up. He thought about it. A follower of Krishna consciousness movement should become a perfect Goswāmī. So Prabhupada always insisted that we follow what we teach. We have to follow what we teach. If people see, we distribute books, and people read our books, and they see that what is written in books is not what we are doing in the temple. No? Mukunda Datta Prabhu recently told us that the big book distributors in Los Angeles, which is famous temple for book distribution in ISKCON, Swas Prabhu and so many other senior devotees are from Prabhupada's time right into book distribution. They say that people tell us, so many people did not join movement, they say, oh, what is in the book and what you people do is not same. We cannot be Hare Krishna and go to cinema, correct? Hare Krishna and drive some luxury car and, have, all the gadgets, latest facilities, this, that. If needed, if for preaching, yes, but for ourselves was not allowed. One day we'll sit, Chittahari Prabhu will read to us rules, regulations of Gaudiya Mat Vasus. See Bhaktisiddhānta given this, how the ashram person should behave. We would all pack up our luggage and leave. We can't follow how they follow. It's amazing. It's amazing how they were rustic. He says, shoes and car should be used for preaching. For oneself, if you go for yourself somewhere, should not wear shoes, should not go with the car. Even to hospital. If you need to go to hospital, that's for yourself, that's not for preaching. Go without car. No? We are complete opposite. No, car needed, you have to take it to hospital. No? You see, a completely different attitude. No? Amazing, no? You see the list of Matavasis, rules for Matavasis. You simply, what is the message? Some 20 points, something. You are not enjoyer. Krishna is enjoyer. You are Krishna's servant. You are not enjoyer. Stop being enjoyer. Don't be enjoyer. It's all for Krishna's pleasure. You are Krishna's servant. Surrender to Krishna. Give up your plans. Give up your attachment. Give up your... Just so clear message. What it means, ashram, vasi, mat vasi. Okay. Vaishnavas are generally known as Goswāmis. So Prabhupada wanted all of us to preach. Achar, prachar. First you follow, behave properly, then you can preach. No? Purity is the force. Purity is the force. Correct? If we do the sense gratification like the karmas, how will we preach? Some people propose that, if we are more in society, say all group of us we go to cinema, 20 of us. So we can preach there. People will see, they are also normal, they are also like us, they are approachable, so we can preach to them. But you can preach. You don't have to go to cinema to preach. You can wait for them after they come out of cinema and distribute their books. Tell them, already this world is illusion. The cinema is double illusion, Prabhupada said. You want another illusion into illusion. Already you are in illusion. Now you are going to see another illusion. To come out of illusion, please read the book, Science of Self-Realization. Why not preach? Who stops you preaching? No? Correct? Yeah. How do I preach? I'll come with you on dinner, you will eat chicken biryani and I will sit next to you and I will also order chicken biryani, but because I'm devotee, I'll not eat. But just to make you comfortable. And then I will take a little bit. You should not be, this meat eating not good. With this chicken leg I will show you. Do I have to do that? I don't have to do that. No? We don't have to do this much. Rather, people will be attracted with purity. Actually, this is what works with people. There was one evangelic priest, British priest from Protestant church. All right. So he went on to see different religions. So he came to Moscow and saw our Harinam party, devotees dancing in ecstasy. And he said, wow, another religion, I didn't expect. So he's recording, So one Mataji, dancing happily, So of course, he was priest, but he was a particular interviewing that girl, our young Mataji. So she says, so what's this all about? We chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. By chanting of name of God with the well of love of God. And we follow 4 regulative principles. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. And he's looking, my God, and they are looking happy. He's a priest. He was shocked. These people follow 4 principles, but they're looking happy. Huh? You have to admit, they're looking happy. That's what he said on the video. Purity is first, you see. She's smiling, big smile, young girl. No meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication. Wow! He got heart attack because half of this he couldn't follow. Huh? So you see what is that? Krishna is attractive. If devotees follow purely something, then he becomes attractive. Because Krishna manifests in his heart, in his tongue, in his speech, then Krishna will make things attractive. You don't have to paint golden pillars to attract people. We have to have pure mind, pure heart, pure intention, proper attitude. We have to be Goswāmis. Then we'll attract people. Ask. All Prabhupada disciples say, Prabhupada was so attractive. He was not looking some photo model, Prabhupada. No. He was not looking physically attractive. But everybody said, no, he was attractive. Sometimes Prabhupada disciples narrate the story. Sometimes young girl will come, 18, Swamiji, I want to marry you. That's okay, you can find somebody younger. Because they were attracted to him, but they didn't know why. They didn't know how to express it. Because of his purity, he was attracted. Because of his purity, he was attracted. He was shining, he was golden, he was effulgent, he was beautiful, he was attractive. But look, sometimes you cut yourself just staring at Prabhupada photo or seeing Prabhupada's movie, So just by seeing him on the photo, he's attractive, He's not photo model, but he's the most beautiful personality we ever had contact in our life, correct? It's amazing, because of his purity. Therefore they were attracted to him. But why? Because Krishna is manifested. Krishna is attractive factor, not us. It's not my speech, because after this class I'll be so attracted, everybody's attracted with my speech. Nonsense, my speech. Who am I? Nonsense all around. Krishna is attractive. If we speak what Prabhupada said, then this is attractive. If we speak what Rupa Goswāmī said, this is what is attractive. If we behave like that, that will be attractive. And people will be attracted. People will be attracted. And this is Vaishnava, one who can make other devotees, who can attract others to Krishna. Because Krishna is one who attracts everyone. So here, a follower of Krishna conscious movement should become perfect Goswāmī. Vaishnavas are actually known as Goswāmis. In Vrindavan, this is the title by which the director of each temple is known. He said, Rādhā-ramaṇa Goswāmis, Rādhā-ramaṇa Goswāmis. Look, it became title for Vaishnava. Because they know Vaishnavas are Goswāmis. Now it became title. Now that was misunderstood later. One who wants to become perfect devotee of Krishna must become a Goswāmī. Go means the senses and Swami means the master. Unless one controls his senses and mind, one cannot become a Goswāmī. Then Prabhupada describes in the preface further progress from Goswāmī to pure devotee. Because even impersonalists can control the senses. Correct? But we want to become devotees. It's not enough just to control mind and senses. This is half job. To achieve the highest success in life by becoming Goswāmī and then a pure devotee. See what Prabhupada said? And then a pure devotee of the Lord. One must follow the instruction known as Upadesa-prakasika, which have been given by Rupa Goswāmī. Śrīla Rupa Goswāmī has given many other books such Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Vidagdha Madhav, Lalita Madhav. But Upadesa-prakasika constitutes the first instructions for neophyte devotees. Okay? So you see how Prabhupada preface very nicely explains, straight to the point. Conclusion or reason Prabhupada explained. One should follow this instruction very strictly, then it will be easier to make one's life successful. Hare Krishna. This is the preface of the book. Okay? So here we will we'll go to Srila Prabhupada's purpose for each loka. We'll go to Prabhupada's purpose. Then Srila Prabhupada in his purpose included Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Thakur's purpose of Upadesa-prakasika also. It's called Anuvṛtti. Anuvṛtti of Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Thakur. And also we'll be following another two commentaries, which are the Bhaktivinoda Thakur's commentary, Pīyūṣa-varṣiṇī-vṛtti, and also Rādhā-ramaṇa Goswāmī's Upadesa-prakasika. Rādhā-ramaṇa Goswāmī was coming in line of all the Goswāmīs of Rādhā-ramaṇa temple. He was after Gopal Bhatta Goswāmī, one of the successors who was taking care of the Rādhā-ramaṇa deities, and both Bhaktisiddhānta and Bhaktivinoda Thakur prizes his commentary on Upadesa-prakasika. So we'll be following this Rādhā-ramaṇa Goswāmī's Upadesa-prakasika and Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Pīyūṣa-varṣiṇī commentary, plus Anuvṛtti commentary of Bhaktisiddhānta, plus Prabhupada's commentary. Actually, first Prabhupada's commentary, then all the others. And in his Anuvṛtti commentary for Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Thakur, he says like this: in Shikshashtaka verses, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has very scrutinally propounded in the forms of codes all the instructions regarding the truths of Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. Okay, in Shikshashtaka, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained all these things for the living entities. His most beloved, Srila Rupa Goswami, heard all these extremely confidential truths of devotional tenets, Bhakti Tattva, from the lotus mouth from his lotus mouth, at Jagannath Puri in Prayag. Not only did he hear these teachings, but the all-powerful embodiment of Prema, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, invested his heart with the potency by which he could realize these confidential truths of Bhakti. Now Bhaktisiddhānta writes here that before writing the books, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu invested potency in the heart of Rupa Goswami to do that. Look at this. Invested his heart with the potency by which he could realize these confidential truths of Bhakti. Now when realized soul writes this is the highest evidence. This is the highest. Vaidusha Prataksha, Daiva Prataksha, Divya Prataksha, Vaidusha Prataksha, is that when self-realized soul sees God himself, God reveals himself to him. Then what other proof of God you want when he is seeing God? You can't argue with him. There's no argument that will tell him, convince him, no, there is no God. He's seen the God. How you can argue with that? This is the highest evidence. Srila Rupa Goswami revealed this instruction in simple and straightforward Sanskrit language in his books such as Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu, Ujjwal Nilamani, Lalita Madhava, Vidagdha Madhava, Sthavamala and others. These secret jewels of literature are a mind of good fortune filled with the priceless gems of prema. You see this sentence? These sacred jewels of literature are a mine of good fortune filled with priceless gems of prema. Now, look how nicely he expressed it. Sri Upadesa-prakasika is one such invaluable jewel of prema. It is a necklace for the devotee of Mahaprabhu, Gaura Bhaktas. Sri Rupa Goswami collected the essence of all the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and offered them as a gift to the genuine sadhakas. So all the essential instruction Rupa Goswami put in his books. And for us neophytes, this is the book Upadesa-prakasika. Okay. So now what I prefer to do is that we just read all Upadesa-prakasika, all the shlokas on. Okay, you have to read it with the purpose. But now we'll just go through shlokas, 11 shlokas, just see what is this all about. It's called one kind of overview to get idea. Text 1 says, let me see 1 second. Okay, I think we didn't do after, we didn't mark after, correct? Oh, you did. Okay, good. Okay, no problem. Here, the text 1, O Upadesa-prakasika. Now we come to the text 1. Text 1, a sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the action of anger, and the urges of tongue, belly and genitals, is qualified to make disciples all over the world. This is the first slogan, first instruction. Sober person who can tolerate urge to speak, the mind's demands, the action of anger, and urges of tongue, belly and genitals. He is qualified to make disciples all over the world. So basically, instruction, first one, is to control 6 urges, unfavorable to bhakti, and also give us knowledge to recognize the Goswāmī. Okay, 6 urges. Urge to speak, vācyo vegam, manasa krodha vegam, mind, manasa, controlling mind demands, krodha vegam, controlling anger. 3, then tongue, belly, genitals. These 6 we have to control. 6, I would say, there is 6. Correct? Vācyo vegam, speech. Then manasa, mind control, krodha, anger, jiva vegam, udara, upasta. 6. 6 urges to control, 6 urges unfavorable to bhakti. These 6 urges, if we cannot control, it makes us difficult to practice bhakti. And also this is knowledge how to recognize Goswāmī. Because who is the Guru, no? Goswāmī. Qualified to make disciples all over the world. But you can see, he is angry, he is smoking, he is talking nonsense, he has interest in the material things. Then this is not disqualified. Okay. Text 2. Okay, what is text 2? One's devotional service is spoiled when he becomes too entangled in following 6 activities, eating more than necessary or collecting more funds than required, over-endeavoring for mundane things that are very difficult to obtain, talking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters, practicing scriptural rules and regulations only for the sake of following them and not for the sake of spiritual advancement, or rejecting rules and regulations of scriptures and working independently or whimsically. 5. Associating with worldly minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. And 6. Being greedy for mundane achievements. So what are these? Instruction number 2 is to avoid 6 types of action which are unfavorable to bhakti. These 6 things we should avoid, we should not engage. Okay? Eating too much, collecting too much, over-endeavoring mundane things, talking unnecessarily, following rules just for the sake of following without desire to advance, or rejecting some rules which are favorable to bhakti but we don't want to follow. Why to follow Ekadashi? Krishna is so kind, no need to all this torture fasting. Krishna is not torturing God, he is loving God. There was a debate on the email. Today I ate chocolate and nothing, no thunder came from the sky and struck me in the head. Yes, but not that you jump dance in love of God also, no? Krishna is loving God. He will not punish you for one small chocolate. He won't punish you, but you won't go home back to God for one small chocolate also, no? Correct? What is it worth it? Anyway, you say yourself, one small chocolate. So give it up, Baba. Why you hurt? No? This much you cannot give up for Krishna, then how you will sacrifice it? So like that, so. Associating worldly minded people, karmi association, being greedy for mundane achievements. Okay, we'll discuss detail later. Text 3. There are 6 principles favorable to execution of pure devotional service. Being enthusiastic, endeavoring with confidence, being patient, acting according to regulatory principles such as Shravana, Kirtana, Vishnu, Smarana, hearing, chanting, remembering, abandoning association, non-devotees, following in the footsteps of previous acharyas. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. So these are 6 instructions to perform 6 principles favorable for bhakti. That we should do these 6. Then text 4 says like this: offering gifts in charity, accepting charitable gifts, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially, accepting prasadam and offering prasadam are the 6 symptoms of love shared by one devotee and another. Now these are 6 loving exchanges among devotees. So these 6 should be practiced. Now this is instruction. Text 5. One should mentally honor the devotee who chants holy name of Lord Krishna. One should offer humble obeisance to the devotee who has undergone spiritual initiation, diksha, and is engaged in worshipping of deities. And one should associate with faithful and faithfully serve that pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of propensity to criticize others. So here we have 3 types of devotees. Devotee who is chanting Hare Krishna, we offer him pranam in mind. Those who take in diksha, we bow down. And those who are senior and pure, we faithfully serve them and seek their association. So this text 5 says, instruction how to deal with 3 types of devotees, Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttama. Basically it's how Uttama deals with all 3, but that we'll discuss later. Then text 6. Being situated in his original Krishna consciousness, being situated in his original Krishna conscious position, a pure devotee does not identify with the body. Such a devotee should not be seen from a materialistic point of view. Indeed, one should overlook a devotee as having a body born in low family, body with bad complexion, deformed body, or diseased or infirm body. According to ordinary vision, such imperfection may seem prominent in the body of a pure devotee, but despite such seeming defects, the body of a pure devotee cannot be polluted. Now this is instruction how to see, basically how to not see a pure devotee. One should not see, oh, that fat Guruji. It's offense. It's offense. This body is like that. Some devotees, we had Guru who had this skin leprosy. How do you call that? Huh?
White.
Yeah.
Leukodama.
Something. Okay, they had white patches on the body. So neophyte people say, oh, he's a Guru, how can be Guru, look at his patches on the body? But there is no patch on the soul. His mind is pure, his heart is pure. So that one should not see, oh, he is foreign Guru. Prabhuji, I have a question. Yes. I was advised to take diksha from Indian Guru rather than foreign Guru. But Guru is not Indian, Guru is not foreign. Guru is eternal associate of the Lord. Guru is spiritual. Hari is an Indian Guru. Then it is not Indian Guru. Krishna is Indian God. Oh Arjun, declare that I speak today this science of Gita for you and for all Hindus. Only. Aham Bija Pradapita. I am seed-giving Father, I am Bhagavan for everyone. Guru, there is no Guru. You can't see body of a Guru. That doesn't make sense. Guru is one who? Vācavegam, Manasakrodavegam, Jīvavegam, Mudarapastavegam. This is Guru. Indian Guru. Foreign Guru. Oh, this is difficult. Okay, instruction 6. Oh, sorry, I didn't finish the shloka. It is exactly like the waters of Ganges, which sometimes during rainy season are full of bubbles, foam and mud. The Ganga water do not become polluted. Those who are advanced in spiritual understanding will bath in the Ganga without considering the condition of the water. So those who really see the devotion of the person, see his commitment, see his dedication and attitude to Prabhupada, they will take diksha from that Guru. They will worship him. They will not see the body. So what body? Yesterday we had meeting with His Holiness Japataka Maharaj. We had a big meeting and he's in that wheelchair. He can't speak properly. But he spoke 1 hour to all South Indian leaders. Full of enthusiasm, completely transcended the body. He was sitting, meeting was from 10 to 8 evening, meeting was all day long. From 10 morning to 8 evening, I think for only 1 hour he was missing. He attended all the meeting, contributed, spoke. He can't speak really, difficult for him to speak. There is a translator to speak, for him. Full of life, completely transcendent. We all offer pranam and everyone say, Maharaj, you are amazing, we don't want you to be here. I want to be here with all these devotees. And he spoke 1 hour of qualities of leaders. Amazing. He just transcended the body. Not that, I'm old and sick and I have no Shakti. Just almost jumping there. Just amazing person. How is it possible? Transcended the body. Simply transcended the body. This is amazing. And tomorrow they have Diksha for I don't know how many hundreds of people. Amazing. So we should not see the body because it's not body. Text 7. The holy name, character, pastimes and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet like a sugar candy. All the tongue of one afflicted by the jaundice of avidya, ignorance, cannot taste anything sweet. It is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting the sweet names every day, natural relish awakens within the tongue, and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root. So here, the instruction of chanting the name, pastimes of Krishna as a process to overcome ignorance and relish Krishna's sweetness is explained here. That now we are materially affected, so I have to chant rounds, bitter, Hare Krishna, eating Karela is sweeter than chanting, But as we chant, what is that? The cure for jaundice is actually the sugar cane itself. And when you put sugar cane, when you have jaundice, and those who have jaundice, they know this. If you offer anything sweet to person with jaundice, he vomits. He can't. It's bitter for him. He can't bear it. He can't eat it. It's so difficult for him. And it's bitter. He's not relishing it. But then every day, little bit sugar cane, little bit sugar, little bit, you take sugar candy, slowly, the taste recovers. So same for us, Hare Krishna, Krishna. And then after some time become sweet as we get purified and destroys the ignorance in the root. Text 8. The essence of all advice, look how Shloka says, the essence of all advice is that one should utilize one's full time, 24 hours a day, in nicely chanting and remembering Lord's divine name, transcendental form, qualities and eternal pastimes, thereby gradually engaging one's tongue and mind. In this way one should reside in Vraja, Goloka, Vrindavan, Dham, and serve Krishna under the guidance of devotees. One should follow in the footsteps of Lord's beloved devotees who are deeply attached to his devotional service. So this is instruction, essence of spiritual practice. Both sadhana and raganuga discuss here. Text 9. The holy place known as Mathura is spiritually superior to Vaikuntha, the transcendental Lord, because the Lord appeared there. Now in Vaikuntha, Lord has no pastimes of appearance, but in Mathura, Lord has lila of appearing also. So there are more lilas in Vrindavan than in Vaikuntha. This is what is said here. The holy place known as Mathura is spiritually superior to Vaikuntha, the transcendental Lord, because Lord appears there. No? Superior to Mathura Puri is transcendental forest of Vrindavan, because of Krishna's Ras Lila pastimes. These are even more amazing pastimes. And superior to forest of Vrindavan is Govardhan Hill, for it was raised by the divine hand of Krishna and was the site of his various loving pastimes. So this is even more intimate Leelas in Govardhan. And above all, the super excellent Sri Radha-Kund stands supreme, for it is overflooded with the ambrosial nectarian prema of the Lord of Gokul, Sri Krishna. Where then is that intelligent person who is unwilling to serve this divine Radha-Kund, which is situated at the foot of Govardhan Hill? Okay, so here, the instruction of spiritual importance and divine nature of Radha-Kund, where to practice for perfection and rasa gradation. This is all explained in Shloka 9. Shloka 10. In the Shastra it is said that of all types of fruitive workers, karmis, who is advanced in knowledge of higher values of life, is favored by Supreme Lord of Hari. So who is that? Jnani. Out of many such people who are advanced in knowledge, jnanis, one who is practically liberated by virtue of his knowledge may take to devotional service. Okay? He is superior to others. However, one who has actually attained prema, pure love of God, is superior to him. Bhaktas. The gopis are exalted above all of the advanced devotees because they are always totally dependent upon Sri Krishna, the transcendental cover boy. Among the gopis, Srimati Radharani is the most dear to Krishna. Her kunda, lake, is profoundly dear to Lord Krishna as this most beloved of the gopis. Who then will not reside at Radha Kund and in spiritual bodies who charged with ecstatic devotional feelings, Aprakrita Bhav, render loving service to the divine couple Shri Radha Govinda, who perform their Ashtakaliya Leela, their eternal eightfold daily pastimes. Indeed, those who execute devotional service on the banks of Radha Kund are the most fortunate people in the universe. This is Shloka 10. Instruction of gradation of devotees and proclamation of Radharani's topmost position. And text 11. Of the many objects of favored delight and of all the laudable dancers of Rajabhumi, Srimati Radharani is certainly the most treasured object of Krishna's love, and in every respect, her divine kunda is described by great sages as similarly dear to him. Undoubtedly, Radha Kund is very rarely attained, even by the great devotees. Therefore, it is even more difficult for ordinary devotees to attain. If one simply baths once within those holy waters, or one's pure love of Krishna is fully aroused. Here, instruction on glories of Radha Kund are given. Okay, we'll discuss, don't worry, we'll discuss what means bathing in Radha Kund and what means the living under Radha Kund and all this. It's all clearly explained by the Acharyas. Okay, so here, Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura explaining his Anuvṛtti commentary. In Śrī Upadesa-prakasika, two kinds of instructions are given. The first is to give up things that are unfavorable to bhakti, and the second is to adopt things that are favorable to bhakti. Okay. As long as the sadhaka fails to apply these two kinds of instruction in his life, there is no possibility that bhava, bhakti, will manifest in his heart. What to speak of prema bhakti? So here, this is now from the commentaries of Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura, explain what is the essence of book, what is the message and like that. Okay, so here I just like to read from, because this is just his own writings, Bhaktisiddhānta's writings, it's very amazing. At the present, there are many persons who adhere to various types of fabricated views, to doctrines that display only an external veneer of religion, but actually opposed to bhakti, to ideas that are contrary to the Vedas, to opportunistic views, and to doctrines of imitations, sahajyas, impersonalism, mayavad, and other diverse and contrary opinions. All such persons fear the instructions given in form of Upadesa-prakasika, consider them to be personification of Yamaraj. The Bhaktisiddhānta says. Why? Because he exposed them. Because they cannot control mind and senses. Baba is sitting there. Radharani will give you blessing. And for you, cigarettes. What is the point? They are exposed. They are seeing Upadesa-prakasika. Yamaraj personified, right? Because teaching is that control the mind, control the senses. How many times Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhānta particularly exposed Babaji's of Vrindavan as a womanizers, keeping women around in the name of bhakti. You know, they would keep a woman, illicit relation. So many nonsense they were doing. So look at this expression, that those persons fear the instruction given in form of Upadesa and consider him to be the personification of Yamaraj. He who admires punishment to the deceased. But faithful person who study and recite this Upadesa-prakasika with great love and apply it in their lives will become free from all kinds of doubt in regarding to bhakti and will easily attain the first Bhava Bhakti and finally most rare Prema Bhakti. Now look at what this book is offering. Tiny book, 11 shlokas. Everything is inside. Srila Prabhupada say, look what you see, last few shlokas, Radha-kund, Radharani, Gopi Bhava, Prema, no? First time when they printed the book, one devotee, Jayabhrata Maharaj, narrates this, and one devotee, Rishikesh does. He was a little bit in ISKCON, and he went to Gaudiya Math and came back to ISKCON, a little like that, So he heard there is some Upadesa-prakasika in Gaudiya Math, he heard there is Upadesa-prakasika, Rupa Goswami book. So he asked, Srila Prabhupada, why don't you translate? Yes, we shall do immediately. So Srila Prabhupada translated Upadesa-prakasika. Then they asked him, Prabhupada, how much we shall print Upadesa-prakasika? Radha-kund, taking bath and Radha-kund, Bhava, Prem. No, this is for mass distribution. You have to give knowledge. This is for neophytes. How sadhaka will progress to Prem Bhakti. This is our mission, to bring people to Prem Bhakti, no? So how much you should print? How much we print books? Those who are printing. 5,000, 2,000. Prabhupada said, 100,000 copies. It's meant for mass distribution. And it is, no? What is it?
Yes. Every book is meant for everyone, but especially for the devotees. Please try to print a large number of books so that it can be distributed like 𝐓𝐡𝐞.
𝐓𝐡𝐞 also Prabhupada, for mass distribution. 𝐓𝐡𝐞, tough book, but people become devotees by reading it. You see that? They are ready to give Prem Bhakti to everyone. They are not hiding. They are not hiding, but they are delineating clearly what is the path. Vacha vegam, manasa krodha vegam. People want to go 11 shloka immediately, Bhakti and Radha. But first shloka. Vacha vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udarapastha vegam. No other way for all of us. Okay, here from Rādhā-ramaṇa Goswāmī's Upadesa-prakasika. Bhaktisiddhānta writes, this is brief commentary but essential. This is still Bhaktisiddhānta's writing about Rādhā-ramaṇa's commentary. He appeared in dynasty of Vrindavan Goswāmis who served Rādhā-ramaṇa deity. Deity who was established and served by Gopal Bhatta Goswami is Dīpika Dīpani commentary on Śrīmad Bhagavatam is highly respected among scholars. Rādhā-ramaṇa Goswami's commentary on Bhagavatam, Dīpika Dīpani. Similarly, his Upadesa-prakasika commentary is highly revered in Vaishnava society. Sometimes I spoke to one devotee and I said we will read from Rādhā-ramaṇa Goswami. Who will Rādhā? Why you are Bhaktisiddhānta, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, they glorify his commentary, because we are uneducated, we don't know who are our acharyas, So, and then here is about Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. He composed approximately 100 books in Sanskrit, Bengali, Hindi, English, Odia and other languages, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. I told you, he wrote more numbers of books than Srila Prabhupada. The names of few of them are as follows. Commentary on scriptures like Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, some of the Upanishads, Śrīmad Bhagavatam, Śrī Chaitanya Charitamrita, his own compositions, Jaiva Dharma, Śrī Chaitanya Shikshamrita, Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Datta Kastuba, Śrī Krishna Samhita, Tattva Viveka, Bhajana Rahasya, Dashamula Shiksha, Sharanagati Gita Mala, Kalyana Kalpataru, these are songs. Harinama Chintamani, Prema Pradeepa, Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his lives and precepts, and he departed 23rd of June 1914, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. So he wrote also the commentary. So we'll be reading from these three commentaries and Srila Prabhupada's commentary. You will see, Prabhupada in his purport himself says, Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura in his Anuvṛtti commentary says, and then he gives again from beginning, Vacha vegam, manasa krodha vegam. First he explains, then he says Bhaktisiddhānta says, and then he narrates full commentary of Bhaktisiddhānta. So this is what we are going to do on Monday. Thank you very much for coming and hearing patiently. Do you have any questions regarding this preface introduction? And humble request is please do read 2 shlokas. First shloka we'll do Monday and the second shloka most probably Tuesday. But still you read both. Purports attentively. You can make notes, make main points from the purports because we'll be going like this through all purpose very briefly in categories. This is explained in preface, this is explained first paragraph, second paragraph. We'll be just classifying, segregating Prabhupada's purpose. So very important that you read and to see the what is the commentary. These are the main thing for us to discuss. Do you have any questions, any comments, any contribution? Should I go?
Very short letter.
Please.
He says, this is a letter to Rādhā-Vallabha, January 1976.
Wait. Hare Krishna. Go in the window.
The letter of instruction has come out very nice. It is very important and must be immediately read by all devotees. In the near future, we shall introduce the Bhakti Shastri examination for second initiation, and this shall be one of the required books of study. Anyone who reads it will immediately understand what Krishna consciousness is. Some minister in Bombay recently asked me how to create morality amongst the students, because the students are all vagabonds. If this book is introduced for study in the schools and colleges, it will give a clear idea of what morality actually is. It is an important book. Letter to Rādhā-Vallabha, Nellore, January 5, 1976.
Śrīla Prabhupāda ke Jai. So I think we should take seriously. And you will see, once you study the book, Upadesa-prakasika, when you go book distribution, you will see how you get inspiration to give this book everywhere. Last time we had also studying, what we were studying, something like that, Nectar of Devotion, then we started distributing more of these books, because you know what is inside, you know how important it is, Okay, any comment, question, anything? Nothing. Thank you very much. Śrīla Prabhupāda ke Jai, Śrīla Goswāmī ki Jai, Śrīla Upadesa-prakasika ki Jai, Gaur Premanand.